warned him we shouldn't go, but he didn't listen. And that happens, which I was fear. The car engine stopped exactly at the spot where something was waiting. But we had no choice. We had to leave that place. I didn't know something was waiting for me in that house. The door opened, and I saw it.
It was supposed to be a simple family trip, a break from the city's chaos, a chance to breathe in the crisp countryside air. My father had planned it for weeks, his excitement barely contained. "We're going somewhere special," he told us, his voice laced with an enthusiasm that felt off. His eyes gleamed, not with joy, but with something else. Something unsettling. We packed our bags, stuffed the car with snacks and strained laughter, and set off on a journey that twisted our lives into a waking nightmare. What waited for us in those woods was beyond anything we could have imagined. The cold air was thick with the scent of damp earth and something else, something metallic. The silence pressed against our ears like a physical weight, and the house at the end of the road, if it could even be called that, seemed to pulse, as if it were alive. None of us knew the truth until it was too late. This is the story of the house in the cold woods, a tale that will claw at your soul, a mystery that burrows deep into your mind, a night that still haunts me, a night where the shadows whispered our names. Watch till the end, if you dare. But be warned, once the story takes hold, it won't let you go. The trip that never should have happened. Pack your bags, my father said that morning, his voice a little too high, his hands gripping the suitcase handles too tightly. My little sister, Lily, bounced on her toes, her smile forced, her enthusiasm hollow. My mother, her eyes darkened by unspoken thoughts, meticulously arranged our snacks, an act of control in a situation she couldn't define but instinctively feared. As for me, I just wanted to escape the suffocating tension that had settled over our home. We left early, our car brimming with the echo of strained laughter and forced conversations. The journey stretched over 3 days. 3 days of winding roads that seemed to loop back on themselves, of dense forests that loomed closer than they should, their shadows crawling along the edges of our vision. Then, on the second night, everything changed. Darkness swallowed the road whole, a void so complete that our headlights barely cut through it. The kind of dark where you can't see your own hand in front of your face, where the unknown isn't just a fear, it's a presence. The car sputtered, coughed, died. Silence followed. A silence so deep it made my skin prickle. "What's wrong?" my mother whispered, her voice a trembling thread in the night. "The engine overheated," my father muttered, sweat forming at his temple despite the chill in the air. "We need water to cool it down." He turned to me, his eyes reflecting the faint glow of the dashboard. "Look around. See if you can find help." I stepped out, the gravel crunching beneath my feet, the sound far too loud in the oppressive quiet. The air was sharp, filled with the scent of decaying leaves and something else. Something acrid. Something wrong. Then I saw it. A flickering light in the distance. A house, or at least, that's what it looked like. The house that shouldn't exist. As I walked toward the glow, the trees seemed to close in, their branches stretching like skeletal fingers. The cold deepened. My foot throbbed. I looked down. Jagged snail shell fragments dug into my skin, their edges stained dark. I kept moving. The house stood at the end of a narrow dirt path, its windows dark, its roof sagging. It looked expectant, like it had been waiting. I knocked. The sound echoed into the void. No answer. I knocked again, harder. My knuckles stung. The door creaked open. A woman stood there, ancient yet sharp-eyed, her wrinkles carved deep with time and something darker. Her smile stretched too wide, her teeth too sharp, too yellow. "Why are you out in the cold?" she asked, her voice a whisper that slithered into my ears. "Come inside. Warm yourself." I hesitated. Every instinct screamed at me to run. But I didn't. Because she was expecting me, I told her about the car, about my family. She nodded, smiled wider. "Bring them here," she said. "It's too late to stay out there. The woods are restless tonight, the night that changed everything." My family was hesitant, but we had no choice. The night was freezing, the darkness pressing in. We needed shelter. Inside, the old woman served us tea. It smelled thick, cloying, something faintly metallic. But we drank it, because what else could we do? She told us stories about the forest, how travelers disappeared, their voices lost in the rustling leaves, how the woods had a mind of their own. The walls were carved with strange symbols, glowing faintly in the dim candlelight. The clock on the mantel didn't tick. The old woman kept staring at Lily's doll, her gaze lingering, possessive. At midnight, I woke to whispers, guttural, ancient. I crept downstairs. The old woman was gone. The basement door was open. I followed the sound. She was there, chanting, her voice a low, rhythmic hum that vibrated through the floor. Dolls lined the table in front of her, identical to Lily's, their eyes staring blankly into the abyss. Then I saw it, a photo of our family. Our faces were marked with swirling symbols. Our names were scrawled below in a spidery, unsettling script. This wasn't an accident. She had been waiting for us. The car breaking down, the snail shell, the tea. It was all part of the ritual. I ran to wake my family. They wouldn't move. Their bodies were heavy, their breaths slow and shallow. Then, behind me, a whisper. "You're home now," she murmured, her breath cold against my neck. "Forever." The